What's going on, people of YouTube? I'm Steven with Purpose Lens Photo and Media, and today I want to answer the question, can the ZV E10 do photography well? Now, if you don't know, the ZV E10 just came out roughly about a month ago and is advertised for vloggers. For those who want to start your YouTube channel or you want to just capture events or moments on the fly, this camera, the ZV E10, is aimed at those people for a few reasons. It has a flip out screen. It has settings on it where you can change things really quickly. Like if you're gonna be sitting in front of the camera like I am, you can hit a button and it can focus on products. So it's really aimed at the person who likes everything to be really quick, snappy, and easy. But that doesn't mean it's not a great photo camera. Now, the good thing about this camera is it has the same sensor that's in many other cameras like the A6400, the A6600, the A63, and the list goes on and on. Now, to some people that's bad, but I've shot weddings, I've shot events, I've shot commercials, all kinds of things on this same sensor. And if it's not good enough, then I don't know what is. Sure, there are better cameras out there, but this camera, the ZV E10, can definitely get you through a vlog, because a vlog isn't going to take as much as a wedding, events, and things like that. It's just not. The key to this camera right here is it being quick and simple, but very high quality. So back to the question of photos. Can the ZV E10 take very good photos? And I'm gonna say yes, it can. Now, one of the biggest selling points of the ZV E10 is the fact that it has interchangeable lenses. Now, what does that mean? An interchangeable lens camera means that you can change the lenses on it. I know that sounds really easy, right? Well, that's what it is. You can put different lenses on it. And you may say, well, what difference does that make? Well, being that it can accept different lenses, it means that there are different quality lenses that you can get. There are different focal lengths. A focal length is how far a lens will reach, how wide it is, and how narrow it is. You can get lenses for low light performance. You can get lenses that are going to be long. So if you're shooting at like your kid's baseball game or whatever it may be, you can zoom in. And the list goes on and on and on. You could put a cinema lens on here if you want it, which is a whole nother thing. You can do anamorphic lenses if you want. It's endless. You can even do a lens mount and change the mounting bracket and mount Canon lenses on this camera because of the mounting system that it has. So the possibilities are almost endless with this camera when it comes to the different interchangeable lenses that you can use. And this alone, in my opinion, is one of the greatest things about the ZV E10 is its versatility in changing and swapping lenses. So when it comes to photography, it's true as well. If you want to get that good 85 millimeter focal length, you could do that with a Sigma 56 millimeter 1.4. It's equivalent to about 85 millimeters. You can get good portraits and things with that. In fact, I'm gonna show you a self-portrait that I took. Now, using this setup here, I use a camera trigger and wireless flashes. And this is another good thing about this camera is the hot shoe. Now, if you're not familiar with what that is, a hot shoe is basically a connection on the camera that allows you to hook up external things like flashes, microphones, audio devices, all types of different things that you can connect to this camera. And this little port, it receives and transmits information through this thing here. So that is another selling point of the ZV E10 is it's future ready. You can put other things, other devices, and other accessories onto this camera. But back to the photos again. So another selling point of this camera is the fact that it shoots RAW. RAW means that it takes all of the information that the camera is capturing and writes it to the SD card. It doesn't chop off anything. It keeps all of the information and it preserves it so that when you go to edit the photo, you get maximum control and detail over the pictures. Now, as of today, which is Tuesday, the 21st of September, there is no way to edit the RAW files. Now, Sony has to release drivers and things like that, or Adobe Lightroom or whatever photo editing software you use has to release drivers so that we can use the RAW files. But I'm pretty sure that will be coming in the future. So the workaround right now is to change your file types. Now you have to download the Sony Imaging Edge to do that, which brings me to another point of this camera. So you can use your cell phone with this camera as well to take portraits and photos and things like that. this is another great selling point because sometimes it may just be you, or sometimes you want to take pictures with your family and you don't have anybody else to stand behind the camera. Well, the Imaging Edge app allows you to do that. You can adjust your shutter speed, your aperture, your white balance, your focus, just about everything that you can control in the camera, you can control with the phone. So that is another great selling feature. So all in all, the Sony ZV E10 is a full-fledged camera. Now, on to one of the things that I will say is sort of a downside to this camera, which is it doesn't have a viewfinder. I found that when using it out in bright sunlight, it's very difficult depending on the actual environment outside. It's hard to see the screen on the back. Now, if you're trying to get a photo lined up correctly and you're trying to get your composition right, it may be a little bit difficult just using the screen by itself. So that is one of the drawbacks of not having a viewfinder. Now, understand that Sony didn't want to include a viewfinder on here because they wanted to drop the price. And really, this is a vlogging camera. But if you're indoors or if you're in a shaded environment, you can definitely use this camera almost as a full-fledged camera. To answer the question, is the ZV E10 worthy of being called a photo camera? Yes, it definitely is. Another good feature about this camera and being able to take photos with it is you could take photos and transfer them directly to your phone, and then you can upload them to Facebook, to Instagram, or whatever your social media is. So that is all done through the Image Edge app. So just so you know, that is an option. So if you guys have any questions, put them below and I'll be here to answer as many as I can. This is a quick tip, short video for Wednesday, but I will be expanding on this once the raw support comes out. But I will say overall, if you're looking for this camera to be a photo camera solely, I will probably go with something else. But if you want it as a vlog camera with the capability of taking high quality photos, you definitely want to go with this camera. But anyway, thank you to all those who have been supporting the channel. And until next time, I'll holla at y'all later. I'm out. Peace.